Hello, well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Did I get that thing set up right? I did. Where did my glass go? There it goes. Okay, so what the hell's going on here? Okay, so plan for tonight is, if you've been watching the streams before, or just watch them on VOD afterwards. You'll know a couple of weeks back, I had a live stream where I, together with you guys, we designed this little beauty. Or little, I guess that's one thing it's not. It's small. The gold digger has been revived. It is back, and it is more shiny and has more more limpets than ever. MP Astro according to the menu at Tyler. Someone, what did Tyler ask? Tyler asked my commander name. Oh yeah, that's right. My commander name is MP Astro. But no, Gold Digger is back, and what I thought we would do today is first just quickly want to run you over the build as it is right now. I should say, I can post you a link if you want to, but I should say this is by no means a finished ship. Hold on. Hold on, I need to set my dead zones. My joystick messed up again here before the stream, so I'll just very quickly, if you will have me excused, go in and set my dead zones correctly. No, last time we did talk about the, or we did make the build. It's now done. I just want to run it over so you can see where it is. But as I was saying, this is not a finished build by no means, and that means there might be changes. Rolf, yes, I am. Oh, Rolf, I guess I am Danish. That means there can be, and most likely will be, changes to the build, unless I just really like it the way it is. So, yes, I can post you a link if you want to, as we come begin to see the ship in action. Is it the final version? Most likely not. Anyway, let's go and let's have a look at the build itself, and I think for that, let's just jump over. I have it open here in Coriolis. It's a lot easier, I think, than it is watching this in game, because it's a lot easier to go in quickly and see the there we go, and see the build. Okay, so zooming in a bit there. Hopefully this is viewable on stream. Now it is, at least. Okay, so the build, just gonna run over it really quick the way it is right now. Lightweight alloys, we're not really planning to use that armor, but no reason not to engineer it. While it's there, we don't want to have that extra mass of having a bigger armor in here, so I just gone lightweight with heavy duty deep plating. Gives a drawback to mass, but since the mass is 0, well, you can give us all the drawback you want on mass. Power plant right now is an 8A overcharged thermal spread. As you can see here, we do have quite a significant extra overhead. Good evening, Robert. We have quite an evening... quite a significant overhead in terms of extra power that we can utilize. That means we can probably at some point dial back that engineering a bit from the grade 5 to something else. But while I'm still prototyping the build, I want to have enough power so I can easily fit modules to try it out. And then once I'm done, the last thing I will always do when I'm done testing my builds is I'll then dial back the armor. It's already power plant until it fits, so we have just the amount of power that we need to make this thing fly. Thrusters derated with, of course, dirty drive rack drives. I am considering if I should upgrade this to A. It really depends on how maneuverable it is. If it's going to be enough with having derated thrusters. If not, we'll A-rate these instead. Obviously 7A frameshift drive with increased range and mass manager. Lightweighted life support, nothing special here. Power distributor is a little funny. Weapon focused superconduit. Weapon focused because I won't be able to power all these mining lances. Yes, we're going to come to the cargo racks in a second here. Because we want to be able to power all these mining lasers. And I believe right now... Where is... that it is somewhere here. Weapon capacity consumed per second. Here we go. Time to depletion, but that is with the multi-cannons and the beam lasers as well. I do believe if we turn off the beam lasers and the multi-cannon, like so, and we now look at the time. Here we go. Time to depletion now. This is with 4 pips to weapons. We can keep the mining lances going for about 10 minutes. 10.5 minutes. About 10 minutes. That should be plenty to keep those running. And if we then do the opposite trick here and turn off the mining lances and are then only using... this would be in a combat mode. We would actually turn them off, but we wouldn't be firing them in a combat situation. In this case, we have about 2 minutes of continuous fire from a weapon. So this is more than enough to keep our weapons running. And it might actually be overkill going with the weapon focused. It might be better to actually change this over for... change it over to charge enhanced, which will allow us to boost more often. It depends how much we'll have to move around. This is one of the things I want to test today. That is how much moving around we'll have to do. Sensors, again, derated again. We don't really need that much sensor range, and they're lightweighted to help with that. Standard fuel tank. Then, as was already spotted in chat here, 2 8E cargo racks, giving us a total of 512 tons of cargo, which should be somewhere up here. Where did they put that? I zoomed in, so everything's moved. Okay, I don't know where they put that. It should be up there, but it should be 512 tons of cargo. Then I have a prismatic 6A prismatic shield. This is with a thermal resistant high cap. This gives us a nice even spread on our resistance and pretty good shields overall, if I have to say that myself. I think that's pretty neat. This can definitely take a beating. Just Risk says, I have an ED question, but it's a bit off topic from what you're doing. Well, we can take, if you stick around for a bit, we can take it once I'm out in the mining fields, because then we can switch topics to something else. Just want to run over the build. Anyway, then we have our prismatics here. As I said, the idea here again is, if we're gonna get attacked, it's mostly gonna be by NPC pirates. And this should give us more hit points than we need to get away or kill them, because we have some decent firepower as well. And then we come to the fun part, collector limpets. We have 3 5B collectors. And we discussed this a lot last time. Whether we should go with A-rated or B-rated. The trick with A-rated is they have longer lifetime, but they have less range. And we're discussing back and forth what you wanted to. And I ended up going B-rated because we have so much cargo. We have 500 tons of cargo. Limpets are basically free. So there's nothing preventing us from just take 400 limpets with us, and we should have more limpets than we were ever going to need doing a single mining trip. And if we have too many, we'll just jettison them into space and discard them. So having that extra range can be really handy, which we'll see in a bit why. Yes, moving on, Guardian FSD booster, because that's just must have, giving us a total actually with a full cargo hold. With a full cargo, we still jump 35 light years, which is pretty good. Then we of course have some shield reinforcement packs. I have 2 of these, and the only reason I have these is because these are of course military modules. So I can't, ideally I would have more collector limpets because I don't need the shield, but there's nothing else to put in here. I could put shield banks in, but they would be so tiny. Hull reinforcement packs, there's nothing really I can fit here that would benefit me other than the shield reinforcement packs. Viking, I'm in a cutter. And then of course we have the 4A refinery. Again, 4A is not really needed. We could go with a 2A, would be plenty. But again, we had a spare slot, so why not? And then of course a prospector limpet, which is a must-have. And of course this is also engineered with lightweight, just as the collectors. And a detailed surface scanner, which apparently is not engineered. I believe it actually is in-game. Hold on. Let me just check. I do believe I engineered it. I think it's just a, I don't know if it's a problem with Coriolis or if it's with the ED market connector that it doesn't generate the links correct. Let's just quickly have a look. Yes, so it is engineered in-game. With expanded probes. Again, it wasn't needed, but I had extras lying around. I engineered a bunch of them last time I was out, so I have spares, so I just fitted one there. Okay, let's jump back here to... Oh, not that one. What was it? That one. Okay, next up we come to the weapons. Of course, we have I have a multi-cannon, which I've got overcharged and corrosive shield. Corrosive shield is just such a nice added effect with that. With that 25% reduction in armor hardness, giving us an easier time penetrating and doing damage through armor. And again, the reduction in ammo doesn't really hurt us because we're not planning to stay out and fight for a very long time. Then we have efficient thermal vent on these two. I might go long range on these at some point because I really like those long range thermal vents. And again, since we have the extra power, we could go long range. We don't have to go efficient. And then of course the mining lances. And mining lances again is not, well, I would say on a ship like the cutter, I would almost say that they are needed. There we go. So I'll just quickly get in game here. Where did it go? There we go. And if we go out. So the problem is some of the hot... Whoops. Why is this stuck? Oh, there we go. Some of the mining lasers are sitting out here in the... I don't know what they are. Nacelles? Whatever. They're sitting out here, actually below that port right there. And the cutter is so long that if you fit a normal mining laser on this, you have to have the rock almost right in front of you. You have to pretty much be touching with your nose in order for those lasers to reach, because the normal ranges have the normal lasers have such a short range that you have to get really, really close. That's why I think having something like mining lances, when you are dealing with a cutter, is a really nice added effect here. They can't be engineered, so it's pretty much just plug and play. But having those 2 kilometer range is really nice. Then we come over to the optional internals. I have a heat sink because it's a cutter that's been engineered with extra ammo, so we have more of them. And for the rest, it's just shield boosters. I believe I have... These are resistant, yeah. So I have 3 of them being resistant augmented with supercapacitor. I think I have 3 of them being heavy duty. And the last one should be kinetic. But that's also heavy duty. Didn't I put a kinetic in somewhere? Could have sworn I put in a kinetic. Resistance augmented? Resistance augmented. No, apparently I didn't. This was thermal, right? Okay. Apparently I didn't. But again, the resistance are pretty good, if you ask me. So, that is pretty much the build as it is right now. So I guess now will be a... How do I do this? Hold on, give me a second here. There we go. And... Okay, things are set up again. Perfect. Arkman, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. So, next up would be going to the tool, and we need to find... I can't remember what system am I in at the moment here. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, that's right, has tested. 4 extra tons also give extra cargo storage. again, it's 10 tons extra of already 512. So yeah, well, what was the name of the system I'm in at the moment? I'll have a filter on here. HIDA STA. TSA. HIDA TSA. Okay, let's try that. So it was what? Was that it? And then no, can't remember the name of the system already. HIDA TSA. There we go. And mixed case and everything. Beautiful. Okay, get that load. Come on. Okay, there we go. Pretty useful tool. I can link this if you guys are interested. Post that there. Arkman says, hey man, I've been a sub on YouTube for a long time. The first time on here. Glad to see you. Yeah, you're very welcome. Okay, so really useful tool, and what we're looking for here is where to find double pay night hotspots. We can see we have one. I specifically moved in close to one of them before the stream. We have one here, just a few light years away. Should be just one jump. And we can see here the closest cell station and the price and how far it's away. So that should be pretty good. Keeping in mind that we have, with cargo on board, we have a total range of 188 light years. So this should be plenty to get us out there and also have some fuel to fly around for a bit. So I'm going to copy that. And then we're going to jump into the game, move over to the system, and then find a spot and begin mining. I just want to keep an eye on time. It's 22 minutes past the hour now. Just so we can kind of get a feeling for how quickly we can actually fill this thing up. No, it'll be okay, Derek. Paul, yes, I am on my way to Colonia, but I'm on my way to Colonia on my alt. I have multiple accounts. This account stays back in the bubble. The other character is still moving out there. He's still on his way, and the plan is he's gonna stay out there for good. Whoops. It's been a while since I've been flying a cutter. Forget how heavy that thing is. There we go. How do we find rings with void opals? Is there a sector or way to pinpoint where these possible locations are? I think the best spot is to try and find something that hasn't been completely mined. I think, pretty sure Frontiers mentioned that hotspots will be depleted. So if you're in a spot where there is if there is a lot of other people who've been mining, then it's likely that you're gonna find less cores. And yeah, Rolf says, look at ice rings. Yeah, obviously that's where you would find the most hotspots, I think. At least for that type of mining. Okay, so what are we looking for here? That planet. That reminds me, you know what? We need to turn around. I forgot something. Forgot limpets. I always forget limpets. Yes, Viking, I do believe if you play in solo, the rings will still be depleted, just as the market is affected by players playing on other game modes. Yeah, and the wrong planet as well. I believe that it goes cross even if you play solo. I mean, the only difference if you play solo and if you play in open or in a private group is the fact that you can't see other players in solo, obviously. You're still being affected by their actions, like BGS actions, starting wars, that kind of stuff. And the station is far away. Wonderful. We can use the time while we fly out there to set up our firing groups, because I don't think I've done that either. Okay, so we probably want a prospecting and mining group, where I can have my mining lasers to mine and my prospector, so I don't have to switch around. The second group, I would probably fit all the collectors, and I still want to be able to mine when I'm in that group, so I'm going to put those in there as well. Heatsink is on its own. Then I'm going to make a combat/utility group where I have the detailed surface scanner in one. And, oh no, should I do that differently? Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna make a combat group here. Should I just put all the weapons in one group, or should we split them up? I kind of want to split them up a bit, like so, and then make one with the detailed surface scanner, and so that should probably be fine. It's a little overkill, I think, in terms of number of groups, but I think it's gonna be okay. I always forget my limpets. As I said to the... It's just... Every time. It's uncanny when I undock. And I even thought to myself when we were sitting and going with the build, remember to buy limpets when we were talking about the collector limpet controller. And yet here we are, heading back to the station after I forgot my limpets. Good evening, Picard. Arkman, you said you had a question. Let's take that now. What's it, Arkman? No, it was just Riz. Sorry. You said you had a question. You can take that now. That we're just picking up limpets and heading out to the planet anyway. Yeah, exactly. If limpets were easier to synthesize, it would make, I mean, you can synthesize them, but you do eat up your materials rather quickly. Dr. Laura, maybe you need a mug in front of you with "Don't forget the limpets." That's actually a pretty good idea. I'm not rich enough already. No, no, no. Fleet carriers. Fleet carriers are coming, and we have no idea what they're gonna cost, so I'm gonna build up a nice little buffer. There should be a warning. No, limpets should just be a thing you added to your restock. You should be able to say a standard restock would contain this number of limpets for this ship. That would make it so much easier. You just click restock, boom, it's full of limpets. Obviously, if you had cargo, you couldn't do that. Yeah, then it would just fill as many in as it could. Yeah, but still, if limpets were just part of the normal restocking, then it would be a lot easier. Derek says, looking forward to the Remember Carlos in the merch store. It's actually already in there. If I was actually looking at it here just before the stream. We just quickly jump over here. I have added it. There we go. It comes both as there we go. It comes as t-shirts with a Never Forget Carlos, of course, multiple colors, depending on what you like, and it's also as a mug. So you can get a Never Forget Carlos mug. And I probably overshot the station by now. Yeah. Oh, that's actually not too bad. I have to... That's a good point as well, that limpet controllers should have their own internal cargo for limpets as well. That would be really nice as well. Basically have them as ammo. And that could also give them even more variants of them. Then you could have, let's say that the C-rated ones would then have even more like storage capacity for limpets, so you could have a lot more limpets with you if you want to go on a really long trip or something like that. Let's just buy a few limpets. Like, I don't know, 400. What are you using as controller? HOTAS? Yeah, I'm using a X56. It takes forever. That should be more than enough. Yeah, that's right. Should reach. So it's about half past the hour now. That makes it easier to remove, or to remember. Oh, hello. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way from that thing. I cut at a beluga trying to get in and out of the station at the same time. That's probably not gonna end well. Do you have long hoodies that are long hoodies, long as a dress? I only think they come in like normal hoodies, unless you want to buy like a really oversized one. But I don't think they come in particularly long versions. Use the X56, I like the stick, but the throttle not so much. What, I mean, in the beginning I wasn't too fond of the throttle either because it was so heavy. But after using it for a while, it's kind of loosened up and it's a lot better to use now. Oh, it's that tiny thing. Yeah, the throttle on the X56 is really stiff and heavy to move in the beginning. But right now, when you have been using it for a while, it really loosens up quite a bit. I mean, I'll show you here. I have my X56 throttle, and it's really, I mean, it doesn't really require a lot of force right now to move. It is quite easy. It just takes a few months for it to get to that state. I was just waiting for that comment. That's what she said. What the? That is my spot. Well, as we saw before, there is a limited number of spots available. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think of these double spots have been identified so far. At least that are out there publicly. There might be more of them hidden somewhere that people are not sharing, just so they can keep their own private one. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this has fared on after some time, because I was out here trying it when it was still pretty new and not a lot of people knew about it. Obviously, everybody who keeps up to date with what's happening with mining in Elite, they will know about double pinout mining. It's the right mining, right group here, that one. Yeah, that's right. The yaw action on the X56 is a little squeaky. The joystick in itself is actually quite squeaky, but it's okay. Okay, here we go. Switch mode. Oh yeah. And this is only one ring, right? I have the Cytec X56. It's the blue one before. It was before Logitech got their hands on them. That's a lot of hotspots. Should we guess that it's those two right there? Yeah, here we go. Oh, and it's nice dense. However, I don't think I want a too dense area with this ship. It's just gonna make it difficult to maneuver. So let's take a not so dense area just for testing. Or should we? Let's just try with a dense area and see how it performs. Let's put this thing to a proper test. Yeah, higher density of materials, just, no, not hidden of materials, higher density of rocks. So the rocks are closer packed if you have the lighter the colors are. There we go. Was waiting for the NPC spawn. Hey, it's Bob. I think Bob is a miner. Yeah, okay. So he's not gonna cause any problems at all. Where did the plant go? Okay. Let's get the cargo hatch open. Let's get some pips to weapons and some over to engines. And let's get going. First target of the day. See what we got. We got nothing. Oh, look at that. 50% painite. 50.5% painite. That's nice. Let's see what this one has. And 29% in that one. But this one is really good. And this is where the mining lands is. Look at that range. Now we can switch over and we can begin to launch our collectors. Normally you would want to go and mine at the axis of rotation, and I'm probably going to move up there for good measures. Let's just get all those collectors out. So move up towards the axis of rotation, and collector's already dying. Asteroid depleted. So this is where it's nice to have these longer range lasers, because that means that even though I'm still sitting here close to all these rocks, I can still mine that rock all the way over there. Could probably move down a little closer to the fragments themselves. Does more lasers means more fragments? No, just the more fragments is from having a good prospector limpet controller. More lasers just means faster fragments. That one's done too. Now let's move over close to all of these so that the limpets have an easier time picking those up. R2B, hello and welcome. Okay, back to prospecting while the limpets are doing their thing. Mm, 13% painite, we can do better than that. %, again, we can do better than 13%. $26. It seems that they are so common here that we can do better than 26. Are the limpets done yet? I'm using a HOTAS. Better, okay, so better prospectors equals better quality. Better prospectors equals more fragments. The quality you can't do anything about, but you get more fragments if you have better prospectors. And I'm using a 3A, so A rated gives the best, and as you go down to B, C, and further down, you get less and less fragments out of the rocks. And thereby less profit. Okay. 52% painite. Yes, please. I'll take it. And it's always a good idea when you're mining, do laser mining, that you mine on the lower half of the rock compared to where you are, because that means the rocks will be shot out underneath your ship, making it easier or for giving the limpets a shorter way to travel. Oh, Dirty Harry, I didn't see that. Looks like an adder. Be careful. Yeah, adders are known to be building very, very advanced Thargoid-like ships. Asteroid depleted. We haven't checked this one. Nope, nothing there of interest. Move down towards... and then target that one. I should actually begin moving towards the planet again. 15% can do better than 15. No, a 3A and a 1A controller gives the same when it comes to prospectors. A 3A gives more than a 3B, but a 3A and a 1A gives the same. It's only the letters that count here. 46% and some gold. Take that. So is the pulse wave... No, the pulse wave does nothing for you when you're doing painite mining. We'll just put one on that small thing there. And this one is pretty much not moving, rotating at all, so we can get nice and close without risking anything here. Pulse wave is really only good when it comes to core mining. Am I mining painite for a specific reason? Yeah. Cash. Okay, collector limpets are expiring. Switch over to the group and begin to send out new one. Yeah, painite is, when you do it in double spots, it can be really profitable. Palladium. Nope. Got a fast spinning one there, that's going to be interesting. Does painite give more than... some people say it does. I'm not so sure yet. I mean, it's... How long ago did we leave the station? 18 minutes since I left the station, and we're getting up to... closing on 40 tons of painite so far. What's a double spot? It's two hotspots overlapping. 8% painite. Are these guys done here? Yes, they are. Let's move a little bit again. Okay, so the thrusters and the maneuverability is not an issue. Yeah, I think it's more consistent at least. Then, I mean, the other ones can be really a matter of luck whether you get into a good hotspot or not when you do core mining. I think this is a lot more consistent. Oh, 41% and it's pure painite. Perfect, I'll take that. So this one is rotating quite a bit, so I'm gonna go to the axis of rotation and mine on it there to avoid my limpets killing themselves on the asteroid. Like so. So the idea is, when I'm mining, the center of my lasers, the two center lasers, should not move across the surface of the asteroid. They are a little bit, so we can move over here. If those stays in pretty much the same spot as they do now, then you know you're mining in the right spot. And we're still good. Oops. We're happy that you're streaming fighting Fed rank at the moment. Oh yeah, that's always fun. 28%. That's not enough. We can do better. Have we prospected this one? I don't think we have. Gotta prospect it. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get one off on that one there behind it. 5% painite. No, thank you. %40 painite. I'll take that. And the other one is not interested. Not interesting. Okay, so we have this rock over here. Let's get this over on the daylight side. And once again, we have a fairly fast rotating rock. So we'll be looking... Oh, it is just getting really dark in here. Well done. Okay, so this is a little difficult because we have rocks in the way of the axis of rotation here. I think that should be around there. Yeah, damage stations are still a thing even though Thargoids have returned, but they should pretty soon go into repairing and we shouldn't see any damage stations anymore. Then that is done. Let's just prospect that thing right here. Yeah, Vulture, this is, well, old school mining in a new way, I guess. I'm just gonna prospect the rocks right around me while the limpets are doing their thing. Where are we at in terms of materials? 58 tons right now. No, Gallite is just there because I haven't added it to my ignore list. If I run out of cargo, I'll jettison it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it there, and then get rid of it if I run out of cargo before I decide to head back. Okay, let's find more stuff to prospect. We had prospect something over here, but can't remember which one. What's the going price for painite? Just shy of 800,000 per ton. I think it's like 796,000 or something like that. Oh, 42%. And osmium. Osmium is pretty nice. All my limpets died. And again, notice here how I'm mining on kind of the downwards facing face. And look at the fragments as they come out. How they're shooting in underneath my ship right now. That's of course something I do on purpose to try and get the fragments in as close to my my cargo hatch as possible, reducing the range that my limpets has to fly. I'll show you here as soon as we're done. And also note, just because even though all my lasers are spread out over a large area, all the fragments spawn from the same spot. But you can see here, now all the fragments are in this area here. And there's a pretty short flight from there to the cargo hatch. And now they are done. Let's move on. Can you use the lasers while in free camera? Yeah, you can do that. We can do that when we find the next rock. I'm flying the cutter. Imperial cutter. The pride of the Imperial Navy. There we go. Don't know why that didn't fire. The ship is pretty much fully engineered. If a module can be engineered on it, it's been engineered. But I'm not sure this is the final build. I'm still testing it out. So far it's performing pretty well. 32%, but also indite and... $48 and gold. That's pretty good. Let's just see what that other one has to offer. Osmium and painite. Only 23%, so we're gonna go for this one. Oh, I promised you to show you this in third person. So you can just, once the things come to a halt, take this out here, park the camera, and fire off the lasers. Simon DK says, grinded the cutter for blood diamond piracy. Then it got nerfed just as... Aw. But hey, you have the cutter, which is never a bad thing. Oh, there's another one. They're 50%. I'll just take that while we're here anyway. Thanks a lot for the subscription on YouTube. You have a Conda and a Vet, which would be better for this. Probably the Conda, but if you have the spare cash, buy a type 9 or 10. They should both be pretty good choices as well. 3-4, do I actually use the in our squadron section? I've been applied for memberships. No, we don't really use it. We set it up because some people at the beginning asked if we could, but we never really use it, to be honest. If you want to, I can go in after the stream and accept you, but there's very little activity in there. Pretty much everything regarding the squadron and all the BGS we do is handled through Discord. %26% and 2 other materials. %15%. Mr. Ando says it's gotten like 7 ads so far. Can't even get into the stream. That's odd. I'm not. I mean, I have to, of course the stream is monetized, but that is on YouTube's end. Try to. Well, he can't. He can't hear us. He can't hear me, of course. God damn it. Hey, Knight. But 30% and 2 other materials is not good. Try to refresh the stream. Yeah, exactly. Try to that, or if that doesn't work, and you can't hear us, so there's no point in sitting here. But that sounds like a bug to me, that they're playing that many ads. Otherwise, we can direct him over to Twitch, which is probably a lot easier if it keeps. Else, this is on Twitch too. Oh, that's pretty good. 52%. There's another material, but 52% is still good. YouTube's fine here. Okay, where's that access? Hey, and hello and welcome. It worked now. I have no idea what happened. We tried to direct me from it here, but of course you couldn't hear anything. I'm mining in the completely wrong spot right now. This is not good. This is gonna kill my limpets. No, the pulse wave scanner does not help finding any rocks for this. Anyone tried the diamond piracy method of destroying the drives and then slowing them down using inertial impact cannons and enforcers from the front of them? No, but it sounds like a lot of work. You ask me, it sounds really, really difficult to get that to work properly. Oh, oh, look at that. 62. Wow. Hell yeah. Cash flow. 110 tons of painite so far. Not too bad. Wait, it missed the rock and hit something behind it. The other little prospector. What's the best way to find overlapping hotspots? The Elite Miner subreddit did an extensive search of I don't know how many systems, thousands of them. And there is a list on a tool that I linked earlier today. I can quickly link it again. I should still have the tab open. No, that's not it. That one. That was the merch store. That has some of them. Otherwise, I'm actually not sure if there's a method to it, or if it's just, well, trial and error. Just look. So we've been out here for 37 minutes so far. And if we need 100 million, we need about... That's about 800, and then we need around 125 tons to make 100 million. We have 110 now, so we're 15 tons away from the 100 mil, I think. It's not too bad. Painite pays around 800,000 per ton. Let me see what the limpet found over there. 42%. I would mind that. I would just prospect that one as well while we're here. Yeah, so we've pretty much broken the 100 mil target now. Yeah, nope, that was not interesting, but I want that one over there with a 42%. For mining, is Python a good option? Yes. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. And this is fairly low rotating speed as well, so we can probably safely go and mine it without worrying too much about where the axis of rotation is. How long is the grind to get mining lasers? The normal mining lasers, there's no grind, you just buy them off the market. If you need the mining lances, it's 4 weeks, just as with any other power play module. Oh yeah, so you did say mining lances. So that's 4 weeks of waiting. Just like with prismatic shields and stuff like that. Yeah, time gates are no fun. But hey, it's the summer, so if you want to make it feel like less of a pain, you can always just sign up now, and if you're going on vacation or do anything during the summer, well, then when you come back in a few weeks, then at least there's less time than it was before. Oh, well, this one's depleted. Let's see what else we have around us here. That's fast rotating, so let's try to prospect the slow rotating ones. Are mining lances faster? No, they're not. They have longer range, and that's why I like them on the cutter, because as you can see, one of them is located all the way back there. And because the ship is so long, it can barely reach the front of the ship. Okay, so we have 43%, but it has 2 other materials, so it's not the best. It's okay, but I'm getting a little picky now. I think I want to try and focus on the high yield rocks now. Python, crate, or crate phantom for mining. I prefer the Python. Some would prefer the crate, I think, but I personally prefer the Python. What are the collectors doing at the moment? Why is there only one collector? Are they all dead? Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're still looking for a good rock to mine, though. That is very fast rotating rocks. When you're not streaming, do you play this in VR? It happens. That depends what I'm doing. For mining, I could take on... I would sometimes take on the VR headset, but it depends what I'm doing. 27%, 25% is no good either. Can your ship explode from getting too cold? No. We already prospect that one. I'm running out of stuff to prospect in this area. I don't know if we prospected all these. I've got to move in a bit to get into some fresh rocks here. Or just mine that rock with 53%. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Can we draw a man or face? Ominous looking face. Okay, we're just gonna let the limpets collect all these up now, and then we're gonna move forward to get into the area. Which headset do you own? I have a Oculus Rift consumer version 1. Completely unrelated, but are occupied escape pods common on planets? I have been prospecting a planet and been finding a ton of them. No. Not normally. Okay, let's begin to prospect here. Take this tiny one here. 14% painite. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. I've been out here for almost 45 minutes, or actually for 34, but 2. No, if it was pure painite, I would have minded, but with another material in the rock as well, I'm gonna leave it. %48 pure painite, that I will mine. Actually, with 2 materials, it's not that bad, because most fragments should contain... yeah. I'm gonna mine the rock just to see. I think most fragments should contain 2 materials at the time. It's the one with 3 materials where it begins to become a problem. Okay, buy that one too. Dylan says, I was skeptic for painite. I was at the beginning too. And it says, but it seems pretty viable. First of all, you're welcome, James. And I think this is a viable option. I mean, if we want to make it to the sell point within an hour, we would have to leave now. We're about 12 minutes away from it being an hour since we left the station. So if we want to just finish this one up like so. We have 167 tons of painite. So just quickly calculate that. So 100 and let's say 70, because we'll probably have that before we're done typing this in. At 797,000 per ton. That's 35.5 million per hour. But of course that has taken a lot of travel time into account as well. The longer we stay out here, the more we can make per hour, because the more... What was that? The more time we have to spend flying back and forth between stations, that is time when the mining lasers is not firing. When the mining lasers are not firing, we're not making money. So there was a rock right behind us here that has a decent amount of painite. I believe it was this one. I just want to prospect just to verify that the fragments in fact do contain 2 materials at a time. That has not been changed since... Again, I've been out of the laser mining scene for quite a while here. 34%, okay. Let's try to mine this. Let's see what we get. Just gonna quickly check. Yeah, so you can see they will contain 2 materials. So that hasn't changed. That's good. That means that going for rocks with 2 materials is okay. This old rock is almost too small. Okay, it's still putting out fragments. Asteroid depleted. Okay, so that's done. Thanks a lot for the follow or the subscription on YouTube, even. Okay, more prospecting. Gotta move down closer to the fragments. Oh, but not too close to the rock. Who's that? Annoying. No, nothing there. Just gonna wait for the limpets to do their thing, and then we're gonna move out to a more open spot. We can see some more rocks. Where are we at? 185 tons. Okay. All fragments have been picked up. There we go. See what we got. Prospect that at the same time. Palladium and painite. I think I want to try to stick to 40% plus rocks now, just to see, because I think it feels like that's more efficient. I feel like we can find those easily enough that that there's no reason to spend time with rocks with less. The other rock though is quite a valuable rock. Palladium painite combination. Ooh, osmium. Oh, that's a fast one though, but we can get up on top and that should give us a good point. Let's begin to move up there. While we do that, we can prospect this. Okay, there's nothing in that we want. $35 and indite. Oh, that rock there is hell to mine. Oh, I hope this is a shitty rock. Okay, it is. Phew. Is there really a point to mining non-cores? Yeah, you can make some decent money out of this. 28%. So just as I said that I feel like we can easily find stuff above 40, we get nothing above 40. Should be sit very still for that one. There we go. 45%. 2 materials. Just gonna check that one as well while we're at it. %. No. This one's good. Is voidable mining better? I'll tell you in a bit when we get back in terms of payouts. That's funny. I try to move to a pip away from engines, then we begin overheating. That thing is done. Check the next. So far, we're almost up to 200 tons of painite. That's pretty good. It's about an hour since we left the station. Oh, 44% painite. Just gonna send one going in that direction as well. And target that so we can see what it is in that rock. And then we gotta get the lasers firing. %, so that's not of any interest to us. That's a very good point, Viking. That what do you have more fun doing, this or core mining? Life is short. I think I personally prefer core mining. I think there's a little bit more, luck in it, but there's also more skill in being able to spot the rocks at distance. Is this one done? Oh yes, it's depleted. But again, gonna have to see how much money you can make out of this. But overall, I think I still prefer the core mining. And it seems like profit from this and core mining is comparable. Exactly. This, I also feel like this is way more, it's more consistent. Oh, 52% painite over there. Nice. Just gonna check this one. Nope. Just gonna wait for the last limpets to come back as I can begin to slowly move towards this. Should be able to catch up. I just missed a few fragments there. I think the limpets died while they were heading back, so that's okay. No reason to fly back for those. We can find some new materials. Dylan, yeah, I believe that's the station we're going to be selling at. Or the system. Okay, we have now officially been in space for 1 hour, and we have 210 tons. So let's just quickly plug that into the little calculator here. 210 tons. I mean, since we left the station, we've made 167 million. But again, keep in mind that we did spend some time at the beginning, and I didn't calculate, well, I reset the clock after we had to go back for limpets. So it's only since we actually left the station. And that means we are about not even halfway there. We can keep going for quite a while. It's still a good haul. It definitely is. But I want to keep going for quite a bit longer. Just to see what you could actually do, because this really benefits from having a large cargo hold if you want to be efficient. If you're going for profit, having a large cargo hold will definitely help. But goddammit, you use a lot of limpets. Yeah, I think 31 past the hour. Thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Oh, we should put out more prospectors. Watching Elite Dangerous, why play Elite Dangerous? Best thing to do. %. Oh, but there are 3 materials. Depends what we get here, I think. I don't like those 3 material rocks. And it's rotating. No. We gotta find another one. I think I'm gonna stop prospecting the fast rotating ones, because I don't like mining them. They kill my limpets. And then we get a 58% pure painite right next to them. That's much better. I'll take that, thank you very much. Would you recommend the Type 9 or the Cutter for a high-capacity ship? I prefer the Cutter, but we did look at it last week when we were doing the actual build, and the Type 9 is definitely also a valid option. And that was quick. Something that's not rotating too quickly. Or it's just generally a small rock, like that one. Yeah, 43%, 2 materials. Let's go. And all my collectors are dead again. And keep on prospecting. Ooh, 48. That's pretty good. But the 3 materials, but I think I'll go for it anyway. Because again, I did manage to find something rotating. I think if I go up here, it should be okay. Like so. How many can you usually take? Oops, I got completely off target there. I can probably move in a little closer. Should be safe enough. Asteroid depleted. Okay, now our cargo hold is full, so it's time to get rid of some of this stuff. And then we need to go and find this real quick. Ah, come on. Okay, I think I managed to get it on the dog list. Yes, I did. Perfect. So now that shouldn't come back. Did they manage to pick some up? Yeah, they picked one up. Okay, we need to get rid of our limpets, so here's an old mining trick. Scrape your hull over one of the asteroids, pips to shield, and that's the easy way to get rid of your limpets. There we go. Collector limpets are gone. And now we can, in peace and quiet, jettison all this stuff that we haven't added to our list yet. And that. Yeah, I could go into the modules and turn power off from the collector, but the others are a lot more fun and often faster. Oh yeah, there we have. Just Riz came back with his question. So my question had to do with thrusts. I'm at full speed forward, holding forward thrusts and vertical thrusts next. Still holding forward. Does the vertical cancel out the forward thrust? No, but if you have full thrust, you will have less power to your maneuvering thrusters. If you are here in the middle of the blue, where I'm at right now, then you have, that is the highest amount of thrust you can put to your main engines at the back, while still having enough thrust to go full thrust on all your maneuvering thrusters. I hope that makes... Oh, stop! Hold your horses there. 57% pure painite. That's definitely something we want to take a closer look at. And... Oh, okay. I managed to mine away for... click away from it before we... And start rotating, so... Let's get some limpets out again after we kill all of them. But one thing that's interesting here is the weapon focus is definitely important, because look what happens if I put 1 pip away from weapons. I'm now at 3 pips rather than 4. Then the weapon capacitor will begin to deplete. And as my weapon capacitor depletes, I generate more heat. And my ship is now beginning to heat up. So I know this is depleted, but it's just to show what will happen here. You can see now I'm beginning to get up into the... and then I will begin to overheat. So having that weapon focused means that we can mine for long enough without beginning to drop down our weapon capacitor and then overheating. As long as we keep the capacitor at full. Nope, that's not enough. Oh. I hope this one hits. It's a bit of a dodgy shot there. Ah, it looks good. Oh, 60+% painite. I'll take it. Running, hello and welcome to the stream. This one should be really good. I think I'm gonna aim for about 2 hours. So I want to try and see if I can reach the cell location in after 2 hours of mining. Painite can fetch almost 800,000 credits per unit. Partially equipped with the moon at 2200. I'm not I haven't actually checked if it's visible from here. %. Yeah, I'll take it. So 190 million. Yeah, it's not too bad. And we've only been in... It's around an hour and 15 minutes since we left the station. So I do try to calculate in the travel times from stations and back to the cell location and all that stuff. Come on. There we go. Hello, Duchess. Hello. See you there. Okay. Yep, that's not it. Keep prospecting. James asked, what is... It's that. It's someone like saluting. I don't know how to salute. But... Is it like that, or how do you... I don't even know. I guess it depends on country as well. How people salute. Oh, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch. Running says, want to thank you for the content you put on YouTube. It helped me a lot. And probably others too. Keep it up. Thank you very much. And Running, thanks a lot for the follow on Twitch there as well. Oh, it looks like most of my limpets died, but that's okay. Oh, I didn't see that. No, thank you. %. No, thank you. Killer Warthog, hello and welcome. 31%, no. I need 40 plus. Beer belly salute. I'm not lucky with our asteroids right now. %. 19%. Asking how many tons of painite I have so far. We're up to almost 300 tons. Okay, just move to a new area here. Yeah, it's not too bad. 300 tons of painite will definitely pay a healthy amount of credits. Oh, really unlucky with my asteroids right now. 16%, come on. %. Hit a bad streak of asteroids here. Okay, if this one doesn't give us anything good either, I think I'm gonna try to move to a new location. 30, it's close, but... Okay. I don't think it has any effect at all, other than superstition. Maybe I should put some pips into engines. It's an elite we salute without space legs. %. My luck here is not much better than the other location. Uh, 16%. No, there's no shape to recognize here. The shapes are completely random. 40% with 3. Okay, I've had such a lot of bad luck that I'm gonna take this. Oh, and I forgot to move my pips back. There we go. Yeah, you're right, Warlock. 200 million credits and coming up on an hour and a half now in space. We have to give ourselves time to get to the cell location as well. It shouldn't be more than 3 or 4 jumps, but still we need to have time to take 3 or 4 jumps, dock up, cell, before the 2 hours are up, which is my goal for tonight. See how much we can make in those 2 hours. So you get so you get your voice in game. If you think if I've like done voiceover for stations, no. 25%. %. Donkalora. Yeah, I could mine for 3 hours just for good measures. But I have work tomorrow as well. Always when I see Painite at the top I think, ooh, that's gonna be good, but then 25%. No. Hey, at least this is freeing up a lot of space in my cargo hold. Do I ever forget to ask docking permissions? Oh yeah, all the time. And I slam into the side of the station, I overshoot my landing pads, I overshoot planets and have to run back and do a loop of shame. All of it. Oh, well, this is so oddly shaped that I have to go and find the right spot to mine this on. Move over here, I think. Yeah, that right there. That is perfect. Why Painite? Bored or trying to prove a theory? I just want to, I mean, there's been so much fuss about the whole double Painite mining and people claiming they could make ludicrous amounts of money, even better than what you could do with core deposits. So I figured, let's get a good ship, let's try it out. And so far it's definitely been profitable. It's not a bad time investment, that's for sure. But I don't think, I mean, if you're an experienced, if you're experienced in coal mining, I think you can definitely match this mining, mining void opals. Okay, you know what? Because it's only 2 and it's so close, we're gonna take it and we're gonna sit here anyway, so. Okay, they're done with those from the first rock, so we can move closer to the ones from the second rock. Where's the combat rematch with Yamix? Oh yeah, that's true. Problem is I disassembled that ship. I'll have to rebuild it if we have to do that. Anyone uses supercruiser assists? Yeah, if I can manage to put it into the ship without sacrificing too much on the build. Most definitely. And I have it specifically on my camera conda because it's so useful for making pretty shots of orbiting planets. That one there wasn't terrible either. 36. You know what? We can do better than 36%. Oi! Turn around. Look at that little thing. Is this more profitable than void opals? I don't know yet. So, perhaps. We still have some time. And all my collectors died. Wonderful. Where are we at? 332. That's pretty good. 44% on a 2. Yeah, gotta take that. Actually, we're just gonna start mining it now. I just love mining lances. Just sitting here. Can you mine arsenic too? I guess, I mean, you do get materials from mining this, which I guess arsenic could be included. I'm not actually 100% sure, I guess so. Oh, look at all those rocks nicely stacked up there. Where are they? They should be around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Okay. Okay, so it seems like arsenic is... I can't remember the exact list of stuff to get in the ring, so maybe arsenic is not included. Oh, Dunkelore, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? Oh, refinery is full. What? Hold on. All kinds of stuff here we don't need. Osmium go away. That goes away. That goes away. And we need to make more room. Oh, I have silver here. Hold on. Okay, I think I managed to get it to ignore lists, but we're still full. So I'm just gonna go and get rid of some of the limpets here. Like 50 limpets. Should do it. Where did my prospector go? Did I manage to fly into it? I think I did. %33 on a 3. I don't want that. Any news to the Thargoid drawback? Nope. So far they just seem to have gone away. Assuming... Oh, that's pretty good. 46% pay night. I'll definitely mine that. I'm just going to see what this one holds. And then we're going to mine on this one. No, we don't want that. I do want this. How much do we get for one? One pay night is just under 800,000 credits. 1 ton of pay night. So how much does a cargo hold then? 500 divided by... That's 50 times... It's 400 million-ish in a cargo hold. Time to cash it to convert to arcs. I don't think you're gonna just be able to buy arcs for in-game credits. I don't hope so, at least. The problem is, if you're gonna be able to buy arcs for in-game credits, just straight up buy them, that means that you can suddenly do a straight conversion from in-game credits to real-life money, because you will be able to buy arcs for real-life money. So you can use that as a bridge to convert real-life in-game credits to real-life money. And then there suddenly became then a gold rush in the game, like mining and stuff like that, suddenly becomes. Did it? Okay, it did log on. Okay, then mining like gold rushes in the game, like void opal mining or this type of activities, suddenly becomes a potential like reduction in income for Frontier. If people can just sit here and why would you buy arcs if you could just go and buy them from in-game credits? I know there's going to be a limit on it and all that stuff, but still, that's going to mean they're going to be a lot more hard on the money making in the game to control that, I think. Of course I don't know, but I just assume that's going to be the case. So that's why I don't hope you're going to be able to just straight up buy them, but that you would actually have to go and do something, collect them in another way, either as part of a mission, or maybe you just get them when you sell stuff. I don't know how we would then balance that out, so it's not just per thing you sell or per. I don't know how we would balance that. Or if it's just simply a like login bonus, that could be a thing. You just have to log in every day and you will get your login bonus. That's also an option. Oh, should I target the rock here? Where's my prospector? There it is, so you can see that. I don't think it's going to be limited to the community goals. Yeah, they said just by playing. So I don't think we're going to see doing anything special. You have to go and do anything. It could just be as simple as a login bonus. That you just say, hey, if you log in every day, we're going to give you some free arcs. That could be a way to do it. That would encourage people to come back every day, log in, and then hopefully in the process they will do something in Elite and play the game. All my collectors died. Yeah, you're right, Christopher, that it would be an egg timer thing. Okay, 52%, that's pretty good, but the limpet there just went straight through the rock. So, let's give that another go. Oh, the collectors are not done yet. Oops. Yeah, but I'm not 100%, I'm not a big fan of the login reward either. But how do you otherwise implement it to ensure that every player, regardless of what they do, will be able to get access to this at a fair rate, without it being tied up to cash? Just gonna let the limpets behind me catch up, and then we're gonna go over to the pile of asteroids in front of us while we prospect these 4 smaller rocks in front of us. Ward per system jump, that could work too. But that's gonna hurt miners. There's always someone who will get hurt. The first one there was pretty good. Where are we at the moment? Are we getting close now? Now we're on time. We have to begin to consider getting back pretty soon. Oh, hold on. Did it manage to pick some of it up? I think it might have. Yeah, tied up to rep and influence, that could work, but then what about people exploring? How are you gonna... I mean... Then of course they would get a huge bunch when they come back, but problem when you have people out exploring who will be explored for a month, they come back and dump everything at once, and Frontiers also said there would be a weekly limit to how much you can make. So, I don't know. Okay, let's take one more rock, and then we're gonna begin to head back so we can actually make it within the time frame, hopefully. Pretty fast rotating rock, not ideal. But the rock is pretty good. So let's get in position here. Round there should be good. The middle aces are still wandering. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty good rock. That's 42 fragments, that's pretty good. And all the collectors are dying. Perfect. Okay, so so far I've been able to mine just around 200 tons per hour, which, to be fair, is pretty good. Ah, it's pure carbon, okay. So where do we end up? Oh, so close to having a full hopper again. Is there a video of this build? Nope, not yet. It will. This is still experimenting, but I'm liking the build a lot. I don't think I'm gonna change anything on it. However, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna find our cell location. Which hopefully shouldn't be too far away. And I have some kind of filter on it, but that's okay. It's just a non-sequence star, I guess. And should be not that many jumps. 3 jumps. Perfect. We have about 15 minutes to make it back and sell. So we can make it within the 2 hours. $160 mil per hour. No. This is counting travel time. The time we're doing now is including travel time. If we exclude travel time, I think I can... What, we spend an hour and a half then in the belt? Something like that? How much do we end up with here? Hold on. Ah, yeah. The cutter's overheating. Never gets old. We should end up with like 326 million. Hold on. Why am I not throttled up here? There we go. Oh, that got hot real quick. Oops. Okay, so excluding travel time, I made just over around 200 million, I think. Ah, quit whining. Uh-oh, cargo hatch malfunction. That's not good. That's when we begin to drop stuff into space. Oops. Oh, I have heat sinks. Why didn't I fire a heat sink? That was stupid. Yeah, exactly. Whoops. It doesn't matter. I mean, we know how much it would have been if we managed to... If we lose a few tons, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming that's the station we should sell at. You make 200 mil if the cutter doesn't overheat. Okay, here we go. NPCs trying to interdict us. Yeah, we already lost 2 tons due to the malfunctioning cargo hold. Or cargo hatch. Yeah, problem wasn't I was too close. Problem was, even though my throttle physically here was at full throttle, the in-game it was still set to minimum throttle. So I had to tap into the game. I must have throttled up after I tapped out of the game, so it didn't register it. So I was just sitting there with a charged up frameshift drive inside, too close to the star. If I had had my throttle at full, it would have drifted out of the heat zone way before that became an issue. Okay, so what do we have chasing us at the moment? Probably not a Type 9. It could be the Mamba. Who was it? Strawkey, yeah, okay. So it's a guy in a Mamba. Oh, he's quite far away. Gotta go for a very, very aggressive approach here. Let's get that down a little bit, like so. Oh, a little bit further. There we go. Keep it there. Oh, there we go. He caught us anyway. Okay. Can we outmaneuver a Mamba? Oh, probably not. Come on. Oh, what happened there? I think I got him now. we go. Oh, there's the entrance. Just gonna try to see if I can get into the station from planet side instead of coming in at the wrong side of the station. That's a lot better. Oh, am I actually gonna overshoot, or am I gonna make it? Ah, damn it. I thought the planet would slow me down enough that I could go for an aggressive approach, but apparently it didn't. I guess we're stuck on the wrong side of the station then. Oh, thank and welcome as a new member on the channel. Okay, let's get the main thrusters to help slow us down a bit. There we go. This thing drifts.
Your approach is good. Maintain current course.
We have plenty of time. We could actually stay out there for a few more minutes. Oh. Wait, let me just focus on my landing. I'll read chat a bit. Hold on. There we go. I just realized I've been on a channel called Down To Earth Astronomy. And I've learned about astronomy. I've been down to Earth in 2 hours. The channel was originally supposed to be a lot more astronomy focused, but clearly ended up going another way. Okay. Now I hope that our intel on the sell prices here were good. Oh yeah, they may change the market. Still can't get used to it. Hey Knight. That's pretty good. So a 2-hour mining trip. Yeah, astronomy. I have a master's degree in astrophysics. So I was originally planning to do a lot more astronomy-focused content. If you go and dig down some of the videos, you will see there are some videos where, often doing live streams, we talk about astronomy and how the solar systems are formed that we fly in and stuff like that. So I do try to bring it in from time to time, but again, main focus is definitely the gaming part of it. Phil, no, I don't. Not familiar with him. I'll look him up. Anyway, around 160 mil per hour, including travel times. And again, we are here a little early, I think. What time is it? Yeah, 20. You can't see it because of the face cam. but you can if I do that. You can see it up here in the dark. It's 21:27 we left, so we had about a few extra minutes. We could probably have taken a rock or two more and still made it back within the 2 hours. That's pretty good. 160 mil per hour doing this. I'll take it. And again, we dropped a few. We just dropped like 2, but that wouldn't have done much of a difference. You can now buy the left wing of a Corvette. True that. Nice. Now, overall, I mean, the build definitely works. I'm not 100% sure if I prefer this over core mining. I think core mining is a little bit more fun than this, but it's definitely viable, and it seems like it's going to be a lot more consistent. And if you can make 160 mil per hour, and remember, I went back before my cargo hold was full. If I had gone for the full 512 tons of cargo, I might have been able to make even more, because of course then the travel time would be less of the total mining. I feel like I could fill this ship up in about 2.5 hours, which is not too bad. So definitely a viable option if people don't like core mining, if you don't like stuff exploding. I don't know. 300 mil posted in Anaconda. I mean, I've definitely seen some people has some pretty good times, and I guess it also depends on where I think I could improve is my rock selection. I'm not sure if it's better to just keep going and then look for the higher value rocks, or if you just go for the lower value ones. I haven't done enough of this kind of mining with these kind of numbers that I am that familiar with it. I mean, should you go with a 3 material 30% painite rock and just mine that, or should you just say, screw that, I'm just gonna move on and go for the higher value ones? I kind of zoned in on the 40-ish% being my target for where I wanted to go and mine the rock, and that's just something I mean, I don't know, I haven't looked this up. It just felt right at the time when I was out mining, so I'm not sure if that is the best spot to be in. If you work with maps, that's true. If you map out a specific area, and it's a good point, Viking. If people split out between the two different types of mining, some go double painite hotspot mining, some go void opal mining, you can definitely make some very healthy cash, I think. And especially because, as you said, the hotspot will not deplete as fast, as there will be more. Well, I guess there are only 8 of these double hotspots, but they don't seem to deplete that fast. I don't think they actually deplete at all. Or do they? I don't know. I actually don't know. No, they would. Would they? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's only core deposits that deplete, or if the normal asteroids deplete as well. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with the build. We can just take it into the hangar to have a quick look. The number of limpets seems to be okay. I wouldn't mind having a few extra if I could get it. If I could push it up to like 11 limpets, it would be ideal, I think. And I think you can do that in the Type 9, but you then sacrifice in other spots. And I don't want to skip the cargo. I think 2.5 hours on a single run is pretty good. So I don't want to go with more or less cargo. But again, if I want to have more limpets in it, what I could do is I could drop the Guardian frame to drive booster and then get more limpets in there. These two I can't do anything with because they are military slots. I need the refinery, I need the prospect, I need the detailed service scanner. So these 3 here are pretty much locked. These 2 are locked because they're military compartments. So the only thing I could really do was either go shieldless and then get an extra limpet controller in, or go without the FSD booster Where is it? There. Go without, no, there. Go without the FSD booster and then get an extra 3 limpets in there. That would put me up to 12 limpets. The same thing here, 12 limpets if I drop that. So I'm pretty happy with where the build is. Might want to go and dial back the power plant a bit, but it will just increase the like it would make the heat a little bit more manageable than ship, I think. But you don't need the planetary approach suite. Yeah, but that's a special module as well. This is not a module I can use for anything. Look, I can't buy anything else. This is a special module slot as well. So I cannot free up that slot for anything else. You don't want to drift without shields, no, and flying around in an asteroid ring like that without shield is also pretty dangerous. But I guess the benefit would be if we went without shields, I could free up all those shield boosters for something else. But it's a little too risky. And because the ship does not have any class 7 slots, we can't really, we should have to sacrifice... Yeah, then we would sacrifice a lot of cargo by sacrificing one of these for a class 7 limpet controller that would then give us... that would again give us 4 limpets there, and that's also an option, but then we'll have to... I mean, we could go, like, put one in here... No, that wouldn't work. It would be too big of a sacrifice, I think. No, you can't put a detailed surface scanner in this module. I mean, okay, I can sell it. And then I can take this and I can... Yeah, actually I can't do anything with it. I can't swap because there's no other modules you can swap into. I can't take any of the other modules and put into that spot. There's nothing I can do there. It is, you can also see, it just as with the military, you can see here, these called internal compartments, internal compartments, internal compartments, and military compartments. This one is an empty planetary approach suite. It is a separate type of slot. You can't use that for anything else. It just goes there, end of story. I agree that it is weird that it's there as a separate slot. It's like they wanted to put extra stuff in here at some point, but they never did. Don't really know why, but they never did. Maybe it's coming in some of the future patches. They're going to do something with it. I don't know. But it seems odd that this is a separate module slot. Why would you have that? I mean, you have a locked module shop with only one possible module in there. And they come as default when you buy this ship. Nobody would ever remove this module. It's a little pointless, but, well, I can live with that. So the only thing we didn't really get a chance to try, or we got a chance, we could have committed to the interdiction, but we haven't really checked out the weapons on it. But knowing the cutter, if you have a huge multi-cannon and 2 large beam lasers, you should be able to take down most NPCs. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. And that means I can now begin working on... First, I'll do a guide on how to actually do this type of mining. Will probably be a longer guide where we're going to talk about all the small finesse details. I want to do this as a really in-depth guide rather than just do something like a quick overview. There's plenty of quick overviews out there, but I don't think there's a lot of going into all the nitty-gritty details of like where do you mine the rock to get the asteroids to go or the fragments to go where you want them compared to your cargo hatch, and how does the whole like approach corridor work with your cargo hatch, and what do you do if you have a fast rotating rock to avoid your limpets crashing it, all that kind of stuff. I want to try and include that in a guide. I just briefly go over the modules. I'm not gonna, in that first video, gonna go over the build in detail. Just gonna briefly go over what modules you will need. And then I'll do a second video after that where I go over this build in more detail and talk about why I've chosen the modules that I have, and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to split that up into 2 videos. But that is going to be sometimes in the future. For now, I'll call it for tonight. It got a little late. And I think I will have to go to bed now, get some sleep. I have to go to work tomorrow. Thanks a lot to all you guys who've been watching tonight, and thanks a lot to, what was the name again? It was Daryl, for becoming a member of the channel. And if you haven't liked the video already, and if you like this live stream, please go down and hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you're over on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, you can go and hit the follow button there. That would make me very happy. And of course, you are more than welcome to go and join our community Discord server. Lots of fun stuff happening over there. Not just Elite, but also all kinds of other games that we play when we not do with people when we don't do videos or live streams and stuff like that. And also when I do open live streams, they're announced over there. So there's a lot of stuff happening. If you want to be part of the community, you are more than welcome. The Discord is there, and there's a lot of friendly people over there. Also, please do consider to go and check out the merch store. There's a link below. I populated it yesterday with a ton of new stuff. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Come on. A few days ago. I populated it with a lot of new stuff. I'm actually just going to show a few of them that I really like. Here, I'm just going to quickly show you. Getting derailed again. Always do. Here we go. Some of you will be familiar with it, but I've added some new stuff, especially like the Carlos ones here. I think they're really cool. So you can always remember Carlos. There's a See You in Space design here. And this one is also I really like. There's this one that just says Commander, and it's like rocket design. And it comes both a dark and a light version, so you can have that depending on the color of the t-shirt. And there's some fun slogans. Anyway, I gotta go back here again. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I will see you guys in space.